everybody. This is awesome. What a great turnout. This is the first concert in our Music Studies concert series. So this concert series is dedicated to Brockport faculty, staff, and students and alumni. So we have 6 concerts in the series. We'll tell you more about, they're in their program, the next few, and I'll tell you more about that later. So this evening we're doing a salon type concert. We've got 6 selections from French jazz pianist and composer Claude Bolling suites for flute and jazz trio, piano, drums, and bass. So tonight we have 2 alumni and 3 faculty. So Jared Spring is an alum on drums. Applause for Jared Spring. We have Brigette Meskell, who is also an alum. And for faculty, we also have Brigette Meskell, who's faculty now from the library. Studies of music, Natalie Sarrazin, and we have our soloist here, Melissa DiMarco from the Department of Math. Okay, so I have to thank, and I should do it at the end, I'm going to do it now. I have amazing, amazing helpers helping set this whole thing up. You can see them running around, putting benches in. So we have Kurt Talon, we have Aiden Mooney, we have Aldrich, we have Caitlin, we have people at the desk, we have Tegan. We have just so many people helping to put this whole thing together. Without them, we could do nothing. So all the lighting, all of it. So anyway, a little bit about the piece. So this is a jazz classical fusion piece. It was the first one of its kind, 1975. It was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Chamber Performance for its innovation. So it is a mix of classical and jazz. So sometimes you'll hear very clearly, this is the jazz section, and this is the classical section. And we'll talk about each piece a tiny bit. And we'd ask you to hold your applause. It's a suite. We're doing, like I said, 6 movements out of a whole work. It's going to be very short. So I know it's a crowded this drill, but don't worry, it'll be short. So we've got, the first one is called Baroque in Blue. That's the first piece in the set. And it starts with a classical section, then it returns, that section returns a couple times. Then it launches into a jazzy trio, jazz trio, shuffling and romping through honky-tonk and bluesy crescendos. The piece is reminiscent of Linus and Lucy, and just evokes imagery of a crisp fall day. But I can't wait to read your concert reports and see what it reminds you of. So listen for things coming back, listen for the juxtaposition of classical and jazz. So here's the first piece, Baroque in Blue.
everybody so much for coming to this concert. We really appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed Broken Flute. It was fun. Now we're going to be doing the 5th part of Suite for Flute and Piano Trio 2. And it's called Pastoral. And I don't know, sometimes when I hear pastoral, I think of, sheep in a meadow, but definitely not in this piece. It's not at all. It reminds me more of, the sheep had laser guns and magic wands and something like that. Then maybe. And so hopefully on your concert reports, right, what it reminds you of.
when any of them met. So you heard Pastoral there, that was one of them. Then this one we're going to do now is called Irlandaise, which is the French word for Irish. And there's another one later called Javanaise, which is the French word for Javanese. And there's nothing in it at all that's Irish or Javanese or anything. So I don't know why he called any of it that, but this one is a warm melody that has, sounds like some other kind of, reminds you of other songs. You listen hard, you can hear echoes of an Irish jig, and my God, you have to listen super hard, because there's no really jig in it. Anyway, the musicians, you can hear like a strain going off, traipsing into the woods, some kind of girl foraging for mushrooms, and adventures with fairies. So that's the kind of whimsical piece Irlandaise is. So listen hard. Okay.
classic Flute, where the flute starts with one melody and then the piano's going to pick it up a few measures later. And then it gets a little jazzy, as always, with all these songs.
motif with a duet between piano and flute, and then we've got that quick back and forth classical jazz, similar to reminiscent of the Baroque in blue. And then there's this arpeggiated section in the middle that just seems like nothing else, and it just reminds us of disco. So listen for a disco beat somewhere in the middle of this. Oh, this was written like before disco. All right, so that's interesting. Okay, yeah, 75. Okay, just a little music history. Okay. It's different, maybe. All right, we'll argue later. We'll talk later. Halloween, xylophone percussion Halloween concert on the 30th. We have concert band on the 3rd of November, and we have the Native American Quintet, which was rescheduled from September, is on the 7th of November. So those are our next 3 concerts coming up. So we hope to see you there. And then, sorry, we have one more thing to announce.
Oh yes, so since I'm with the library, I'm going to tell you guys about a library event coming up on October 15th. That's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. We're doing a trivia night at the Pinewood Country Club. It's a Friends of Drake Library fundraiser. So it's $20 to get in, but we're going to have lots of trivia about 1974 since it's the 50th anniversary.
The year this was written almost.
Huh?
It's the year this was written.
Yeah, except 75, right? 75?
73.
73, okay. We're bringing it all back. We're bringing it all back. So yeah, if you have questions, let me know and follow us on Instagram and all that stuff. So.
All right, so to announce our last piece, and thank you for coming.
First off, thank you all for coming. This next piece is our favorite, it's Havanese. I promised I would mention math at some point in this concert. Yay for the math people. This song is in 5, so you get to count to 5. And if there's one thing math people are really good at, it's counting. So just keep counting to 5 and you'll never be lost. And in life, just keep counting to 5. Anyway, our last song is Havanese. Write your